All right, welcome back to the Barely Made podcast, episode
4.
4. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Episode
just,
4.
I was just testing you to make sure you knew.
Yeah.
We are back with a familiar face. If he's not familiar to you, you're gonna get familiar. We're here with the one, the only, Officially Sonny.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Sonny.
Happy to be here.
This is like the first time you and I have met, right?
First time, yeah. Definitely haven't spent any time together in the past couple of weeks. What a world.
Dude, it's so funny. You were one of the first people to follow me, who like was somebody that I had been watching for a while, and it was so funny. I mean, to my friends that don't know golf, or to like my parents, or like even to like my wife, it's so funny trying to like explain these people. Like
Right.
I'm like, yeah, Sonny, like, you know, the guy he does the green wall videos, and like the people that don't watch golf are like, green wall, what are we? I'm like, and then I have to like pull up a video, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I think I've seen one,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, you've definitely seen one, and then I show them like the tight lip nodder, and they're like, oh yeah, now I
That's the
know, and I'm
one.
like,
That one made
okay,
it outside of golf. Yeah. Some of them do.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just lead with the tight lip nodder from now on, but yeah, it's wild, dude. I mean, in what the past month and a half, we've pretty much been at every event like together.
Yeah.
It was dope at the PGA show when like we would just be walking around, and like people would walk up and they'd be like, dude, Sonny, and then they'd be like, oh, Bad Boys, and it's like kind of when we realized that like we have similar
A
audience.
lot of crossover. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. You're just kind of like when the other one got noticed, you were just kind of waiting for the person to see you, and then they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get old, by the way. So if you ever see us out there, come say what up, because that shit's awesome.
It was one of my favorite moments was in Arizona last week when the guys were like, yo, can we get a photo with you guys? And I don't know why, but I was thinking in my head, and just I couldn't help but say, I'm like, yeah, I was like, and then you can show this to your friends and they'd be like, who the hell are these guys?
Yep. Yep.
Like,
That's it. And
is it,
outside of a golf room, absolutely nobody's. But
yeah.
in a golf
Just,
room,
I don't know, man. Being kind of on the sidelines watching the whole week, like you guys get a lot of people coming up to you guys. It's pretty cool to watch.
yeah,
It's really cool to
uh,
watch.
it's amazing, man. We're very lucky.
Yeah.
And who knows where it's going to be in a couple of years? But as of right now, like things are fun.
Enjoy their eye.
If nothing else, it's very fun, and it's definitely a grind, but it's a good payoff.
Dude,
For sure.
you know how like just like a humbling moment it would be for me to like get to a point where I could quit my job and do this full time, and then in like 3 years, like YouTube golf's not a thing, and it's like, you gotta get back to work, and I'm like, oh, God.
And dude, it's possible. I mean, look what happened with TikTok. You know how many people for like a day there lost their main source of income. So
Yeah.
you never know, man. I think Zuckerberg is like pretty cemented in there now. But let's hope
Yeah,
anyway.
I hope
Yeah.
So
so.
I love Instagram. I've been on Instagram for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best.
Insta it's always been my favorite, just because I feel like you get a more well-rounded audience than you do on like the other apps. Like obviously Facebook is primarily like older, like our parents' generation, and then TikTok is more like younger Gen Z, and then, you know, people are kind of involved, but I feel like Instagram is kind of like what Facebook used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I was always into Instagram because I used to say if I picked up a magazine, I would be looking at every picture. There's not almost no words in it that I would actually read. And I feel like the people that would read those are Twitter people, and the people
Yeah.
that looked at the pictures in the magazines are Instagram people and Facebook people.
Yeah.
Can't even relate.
They're a different breed.
Yeah.
Big
For
picture
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big picture guy too. That's actually a really good analogy. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, everyone. I've never been a Twitter guy. The only reason I use Twitter is to bring them over to Instagram when I have something funny to say. So
That's
Yeah.
good.
never been a Twitter guy.
Cross-platform marketing. I do have to just say real quick, Rock, when you were saying, Yeah, it's cool to be on the sidelines watching this. There were a lot of people that recognized you when we were out in Arizona. When
Stop.
no, when we pulled up to the Good event, I'm pretty sure like 2 or 3 people recognized Rocky like while we were walking to like find the players.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the desert, baby.
that's what I'm saying.
Desert.
Like Rock has. I mean, dog, y'all got 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like
I know
that's
that's no joke.
Well, that's just like, and that just happened recently. Like
yeah,
it was such a
Congrats.
grind to get to 10K, and then I had guys like Melosi and other people in the space tell me like once you hit that 10K mark, it starts rolling, and it was the truth, because I'm also going to give Nick a little bit of credit too, because I mean once he came on, it kind of started jumping too. So
Oh, yeah.
what's the match video at?
I think the last time I checked, it was at like 16, 17,000, which
Okay, all right, that's not bad.
a lot, man. Like
Dude,
we
on
average
YouTube,
anywhere
that's
from like,
a lot.
yeah, like we average anywhere from like, I'd say like 5 to 11,000 views. Like, so to get
Yeah.
17K, it performed a lot better than usual.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I wanna run it back. I think that obviously Rock, I want to do a 1v1 with you, but I think that like the 3 of us doing like a challenge of like how low we could go or something like that
Yeah.
could be really funny. I
Well,
also
I also just learned. I don't mean to cut you off, Nick, but I
You're good.
learned that Sonny's a stick.
Oh no, he's nice.
Yeah, what's
We
up with
played
that?
in the desert and he had like 4 double bogeys and still shot a 78.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
that's
playing pretty
impressive.
good.
Yeah.
I've been hitting it, and I hadn't played for a while, but we played 100 holes in a week, so I think it
Yeah.
was 102 holes. By the end of that, I felt like I was pretty dialed in.
Yeah, we went straight from Gold Canyon to dinner and then out to the night golf. See, that's why night golf would be dangerous because I would just like never stop playing golf throughout the day.
Right.
And then by the end of it, I'm just like so cooked and exhausted. But I will say there's nothing better. I'll stand by this than when you're in a group and everyone in the group is playing well.
Oh, it's the best.
Mhm.
And that's what happened when we played Gold Canyon. And I was like,
That
dude,
is true. Yeah.
I was like, you can't ask for much more. I think the only person that didn't shoot better than what they projected was you, and you were like 1 stroke off.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
I did. I said 77, shot 78. But yeah, it's nice when everyone's got it going. It's
yeah.
the
The
best way to play.
vibes stay high. The vibes stay high.
hmm
Now, being
I
with the
love
golf
there's
fathers, I don't know if I've ever experienced that, but
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot more room for error with that
yeah,
many
for
guys
sure.
out there.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys all put on your story that it was like a top 5 course. Was that course really nice out there?
I said to him when we were out there, I said, if you think this is in your top 5, you're gonna have a really fun year. Because
Yeah, for
Yeah.
I
sure.
mean, I guess if you haven't played a lot of desert golf, it's when you're coming from the East Coast to that, it's really cool. Like it's kind of captivating when you see the difference in colors and the contrast, and then but I mean, you'll play some. There's
Yeah.
some cool. I mean, Tobacco Road is on another planet. It
Nick,
looks like fun, but
how much better was that one than the one that we did with Busted Jack? Weekapa. Have you played Weekapa,
Yeah.
Sonny?
I haven't. But I've heard a lot. Everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be pretty nice.
So
Because I thought that one was extremely nice.
yeah. Here's the thing. I'm so big on like views.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was like out in the desert. And so like you could give me like a B course, but if it's got like really, really good views, like for me, like that's what I feel like I'm looking at. I think that the course conditions of Weekapaw were better.
Mm-hmm.
But the views, but also Gold Canyon like spray paints their fairways and stuff and all that.
Yeah,
and so it just like I don't know, dude. I would say they're close. I think that I probably would give the edge to Gold Canyon. But now I already want to plan another trip back out there because I really want to go play Troon.
See now, if you enjoyed that, and I'm so sorry for doing this to you and not bringing you the first time, but like you gotta play Cascada. Like Cascada is light
Well,
years
dude,
better than
we
I
tried.
know it was my fault. I couldn't get it done,
No,
but
no, the guy didn't respond. It wasn't like you
I
were just
know.
saying, "Nah, we're gonna go Chimera." Oh, shameless plug right now. Look what came in today,
Nice. That's
Woo!
sick.
dude.
That is clean.
Dude, we're
That is.
we're we're milled gang, baby.
I got a really nice putter here
Come
that
on,
somebody that this True Blue company made for
come
me.
on.
All black. There's
Are we doing
no
putters
writing
right
on
now?
the
Shout out Callaway.
whole thing.
Oh, that's
Totally
clean.
blacked out.
Is that like a little cheetah
Dude,
print in the
I
back?
need,
It's a copper
Oh,
plated, just
st-
like banged copper or
dude.
whatever. I can't putt with it though. I
How do
suck.
you wait? You can't putt well with it.
No, I can't putt with a blade. I
I
can
can't
try and I
either.
can want
Oh,
to, but I just can't.
I'm the
I'm
same
the
way.
opposite, dude. I feel like I'm like naturally a blade guy. I need to hit that guy up because I really would trade a post or something
I
for one of
mean,
those putters.
there's almost nothing cooler than standing over a putt with a blade putter and like a pair of clean white shoes. Like, dude, you
Yeah,
just feel like you can't miss. There's nothing better, man. I can't
you
even wear black
feel like
shoes when I
Tiger.
play because I feel like I can't make putts. Like
Oh man,
I need to be looking down at white shoes to feel like I'm gonna make putts.
I hear you.
I don't know
It's
what it is.
whatever
Yeah,
works, man. Whatever works.
Dude, the white shoes, they just pop. Every time I put on black, I'm like, nah, I need white.
Until you go to a spray painted course.
I know.
that's
I
what
have to
happened
wear
to
them, but I
us.
got
Yeah,
those black Oreo Plutos that I gotta fit in. So
clean.
Yeah,
yeah.
Those are
yeah.
dope.
Chimera paints the fairways, and there's times where I'll come home and my shoes are completely green.
Mhm.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, we had that pretty. It made me not want to lick my ball, and I'm usually like a ball licker when I pause. But
Yeah,
when I
I
clean my
love
Pause,
lick.
ball on the
pause.
green,
I'm a
when I
ball
clean my
licker.
ball
I'm
on
a
the
ball
green,
licker
I'm
too.
always like, people tell me not to, and I've
Well,
heard people be like, "Oh, you get mouth cancer," but it's like my hand's gonna make it into my mouth at some point, like in the round anyway. So
I'm a
I
ball
just,
licker too, Sonny.
I
yeah,
have no. We should figure something out for the summer. Like do some out in Vegas, do like a tournament or something like that.
yeah,
Could be
definitely
dope.
Let's
not
do
like
it.
midsummer, but a little earlier or later for sure.
Yeah,
Because I played
yeah.
out there in Arizona this summer, and it was tough.
You know, it's not fun.
I played Dobson
Dude, I
Ranch
got
in like July, the first week of July, and it was
That's
bad.
brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dog. I was getting cooked the other day, and it's winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it pretty good.
Um,
It was cold out there, Nick. What are you talking about?
not during the day.
The mornings, though, I'll tell you,
Uh,
it's tough to dress out there. It's 50. You wake up, it's
it
50. The other
it's
day, it's
very
80. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a really crucial time to bring back those old pants from the '90s that zipped off into shorts.
I don't know why they went away, honestly. I had my
I
fair
think we
share
I
of
think we
pairs.
should I think we should bring them back.
You know what else
Honestly,
were sick? Those button pants that used to pull off like before the game. I would
dude,
wear those right to school with like some basketball shorts underneath.
Oh, you rip
Mm.
them
wasn't
off. Yeah.
wasn't even an athlete.
No.
Just wanted to feel something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude. I want to ask you because I don't know if I've like really asked you this yet, but kind of while we have you on the pod,
Mhm.
um, actually we have talked about it briefly, but run us through just kind of like you getting into like the content space and like when it all really like popped off for you and how it like turned into a job.
Yeah. So it's funny. I have been in golf for a while. All my first jobs were at golf courses. I went to college for a little bit for professional golf management. Was an assistant pro for a few years. Then I started to hate it. I like lost, and I love golf. It's my passion, and I kind of lost that for a while. So I left the business, and then right before COVID, I started a meme page, group chat golf, and I just posted like 5 to 10 memes a day for the first year. I think I hit 10K in like March, and then in the first year I had 100,000 there. So we started doing events. I started doing like promos and stuff, and then by 2 years in, I was able to start doing it full time. And then in March, I noticed that everything was going toward video content at that point, but I had made group chat golf with memes. I didn't want to just switch it up on them. So I started making videos on my own page last March. I had like 3,000 followers at the time, I think. And now, fast forward to February, I have 130,000 almost, 198,000 on group chat golf. And things have really been taking off since my face got out there, though. It's kind of been a whirlwind, even since the PGA show, honestly. Every time I feel like I open my emails, I have stuff. So it was night and day. Like when I was just memes, it was a grind. We did like tournaments and stuff. And you're constantly trying to, find brands to work with you. They don't know your face, and your
Mhm.
memes are a little bit
Yeah.
edgy. But now with the videos, people know who I am, and brands want bigger brands, like you feel like real brands start coming to you, and that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
awesome.
I got back in golf on my own terms, and this is like the most fun possible way to get back into it. And I feel very lucky I didn't even know this was a job when I started making memes. Like I didn't know I could ever do it full time. I did it because it was funny, and I've always loved memes.
Yeah.
And it's funny, even when I was probably like 17 or 18, when I used to fish, and I actually forgot this until recently, but I started like a fish page called Fish Brag 401, and people could like send me submissions of their fish to post on the page. And I remember like going hard at that for like a few months. I think I had like 400 followers, but I forget that was like my first dip into making content.
That's incredible. Wow.
That
Yeah,
is.
but I've always loved content. I've always loved memes. Like, there's nothing better than a well-crafted video for me. That's why your stuff is so funny, Nick. Like, your
Mhm.
acting is great. You make me feel exactly what I'm watching. Like, and like having the gift to make people feel that through your videos is special. So,
I agree.
I respect that. That's what I'm on the internet for. Stuff like that.
I appreciate that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It going back to when I said that like you were like one of the first people that followed me, it was cool because you followed me and then like you like reached out and we're like, dude, we gotta like link up. And I remember at the time like sending that like to my golf buddies and being like, because obviously like they know who you are, but I was like, yo, like this is like that was my first kind of like intro to the space
Mhm.
of like connecting with people, and it's just progressively gotten more and more crazy. I think the coolest thing is that when you meet these people and like I think anybody on the internet with any type of like notoriety or whatever, like there's like always such a like sigh of relief when you meet them and you find out that they're good people.
Yeah,
Because
Mhm.
definitely.
I think people get so nervous that when you meet somebody, they're going to just be like total jerks.
Right.
And luckily, I don't think I've really had any experiences so far where I've met anybody and I'm like, wow, these guys are friggin' jerks. But no, it's just been it was really dope. And I mean, the fact that like we've done so much in the past month and a half, and even the trip down to Pinehurst next month
Mhm.
is going to be dope. I mean, I have been wanting to go back to Pinehurst since I went 3 years ago for my 30th, and
Oh yeah.
I mean, what better way to go back down? I do want to ask you. So the green wall video
Mhm.
obviously is kind of like your like trademark thing now.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like walk me through coming up with the idea and then walk me through like you posting it and kind of like the reaction, because I just love like I asked a lot about his first video that like took off.
Mhm.
Like I just love knowing this stuff because like obviously I think back to like mine and I just like love hearing people's stories about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I at the time I don't like doing this in front of people. Like I'm getting better at it now, but when I first started, I had this green stuff left over from our old office, and I just took two push pins and I hung it up on in my basement. Dude, like the picture of where it was is hilarious. Like it looked like you could hold somebody that was being kidnapped in the chair that was in front of the green thing. Like it looked
It's Hannibal
like a
Lecter.
hostage situation. Yeah, it's but when this like when you see it, you can never tell, And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I think I made a couple of little skit videos, and I like doing stuff that's narrated. Like that's what I like with a lot of B-roll. Um,
Yeah.
that's just what I like to put together. So I did a couple where I was talking to the camera, and I didn't really feel comfortable at the time. And then I said, I'm just gonna put this in my basement. And I think my first video that I did in this style was I'm starting a petition to shorten golf rounds to 7 hours.
Yeah.
And I just made it like seem really serious with the black and whites. And obviously, you know, golf doesn't take 8 hours or 9 hours, and set like
Mhm.
Yeah,
shortening
it takes like
so
12 or
yeah, of
13,
course,
you
yeah.
know?
So seven was, it was a good, you know, everybody liked it. It was got a lot of shares. And then I kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna come think of something else, because being in golf content for this long, you realize there's only so many things you can talk about. You just
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to figure out a different way to deliver it.
Yep.
So I'm just running through it with this green wall now, but I just started and I was like, anything I can think of. And it helps knowing golf so well, because it's those like nuances, I like to say. That's what makes the content good. It's those things that people feel but don't really know that they feel until you tell them that they feel it, and they're like, "Holy shit! I thought I was the only one that felt that."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you, when you take those chances of things, like I, for instance, one that I did was um, not using the bag drop.
Oh,
It's just
dude.
like, it's not something I've ever talked about with anybody, but every time I pull up to a course, I bypass the bag drop every single time. Like I'm walking in with my bag. So I was like, you know what, I'll
Mm,
do it and see if it takes. And it got a ton of views. One about yelling, not liking to yell for, like being scared to
Mhm.
yell. Nobody wants to yell for. It sucks.
mm,
Every time you got to do it, you have to push through this barrier that your body has to yell it as loud as
yeah.
you can when you don't want to. So I was like, you know what, I'm just
Oh,
gonna do it. And you know, those were the ones that, even if those ones don't get a lot of views, they connect to a lot of people. And I'm like, that's why I do it. So I'm gonna run the green wall as long as I can. It's almost like when people see it, they stay to see what's said. So
I mean, I got
Yeah.
excited when I saw it when you came on.
it's funny, you guys told me to move its horizontal, so I had to actually take the green thing and move it, because it's actually 2 feet by 4 feet. It's not my whole wall, you know, it's just a little sheet that I have, one here and one that I travel with. So
And it's out of the basement now?
I'm in a real room, yeah.
Okay.
I made it, Mom.
There we go. That's awesome,
We
man.
made it. We got better lighting now.
Yeah, I actually have a ring
Um,
light in front of me for the first time ever, I think.
let's
But I like it.
go.
I made a video
Yeah.
with it today. I was like, damn, okay.
Look at the budget, huh? Budget's
Right? I
just
got this on
increasing.
Timu, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when that net 30 hits,
Worst part about the business.
right? Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
man.
something that I'm like starting to figure out too. Is I'm like, not the. Here's the thing: is yeah, when I just recently did a few videos for Top Golf, I didn't know what net 30 was. And so going to Scottsdale, I was like, dude, I'm about to have a time. Just did some videos. I'm feeling good. And so yeah, Scottsdale was still fun. But it wasn't the trip that I thought it was going to be, because I thought I was going to have said funds. Probably for the best though. Because we went to the casino like the first or second night.
Yeah. Whew.
Me, Rock, and Joe, and then Garrett showed up, and that's just like one of those moments where you realize I'm just in a different tax bracket than these guys. Because I mean, they were talking about being down just a butt ton of money. And meanwhile, I'm down like $700, and I'm ready to like throw up on myself. And yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what it was. It was yeah, it was one of those moments where you just
Yeah.
realize like you got a long way to go, but it was still fun.
Right. Yeah.
Although
There's
I,
levels. There's
I
levels to this shit.
yeah, I do remember as we were driving up to the casino and just like looking at it in the distance, I just remember having this feeling like there's no way I'm winning money tonight. Like
Yeah.
I just had that feeling like you're gonna lose, and it happened even quicker than I thought it was going to. But it was still a fun time, and
The
you
way they
know,
light up, the way that casino is lit up when you drive by, though, it's like it's pulling you in at
Yeah.
night.
it is, and it's
You're
just
like a
like
fly going to a light, you
no,
know?
legit. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. And the whole time
Yeah.
it's just like, you idiot, you're about to
Yeah.
lose everything you're about to give us.
And then you get
Uh,
there and it zaps you.
yeah, and so that was cool. Definitely looking to go back to the casino once said funds hit, but hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Um, I want to do something special that we haven't done on any pod yet. So you're going to be the first one we're going to do this with.
Nice.
I asked you to write down some creators in the space. I used to do on podcasts like back before the page blew up or whatever. I would do like fantasy drafts, but I would do like with golf brands. But we can't really do that because some of us in here have brand deals, and so
Yeah.
we can't really be doing that. But what we are going to do is I want to ask you guys this. If you, because I think this also gives people a good idea of like the type of person you are, the type of vibe, the type of good time you are. The question is, if you were going on a cross country road trip and had to bring 4 people with you, and they have to be content creators in the golf space, who would you bring with you? Now I'm also going to
4 and me, or me and 3 others.
You and 4 people. So,
Okay.
and don't like,
what kind of car do we have?
well, yeah, don't take into account like space or whatever. Like
Right.
just 4 people, you'll get a car that accommodates it. But here's the thing: once, because I don't want to overlap here. So once somebody picks someone, they're gone. You got to think of somebody else. So Sonny, obviously you're the guest. We'll let you go first. Who would you bring with you?
I'm gonna take
and obviously I know you're gonna say me first. Don't say
you were on my list, but I'll
pick
keep
me.
you off. All right. I'm gonna take Aaron Tuning from St. Andre. And if I could take the whole crew, I would, as one.
Yeah, he was on mine too.
Great pick.
He's
great
just,
pick.
The guy knows comedy. They're geniuses over there. They produce some amazing stuff, and that's what you aspire to do if you're a skit guy. You know, if you like sketches, you want them to look like that one day.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki Skits, man. I'm hoping I get there one day.
That they just
skits. That's a good one. I was like, damn, that's good. I got Sonny sandbags, and which is the worst part is I don't even sandbag. I have a low handicap and no one knows it.
Yeah, I've been waiting months, like since the first time I played with him. In the back of my head, I've always thought like, yo, what's my nickname gonna be? And then like watching that video, I was so excited, and then I was just like, dude, this is perfect.
Nikki Skits.
I love it. Nikki Skits, baby, I love it. All right, Aaron, that's a great first pick.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Nick. You can have second pick.
All right. You know what? Rock, I'm not gonna do it to you.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna do it to you.
Would that have been your pick?
Yes.
Then take it.
No, because everyone needs to have a good road trip. Everyone needs to have an ideal road trip. So with my first pick, I'm going with the man Bobby Fairways, which, I mean, we've talked about this, like Bob and them are the reason, obviously, that like you and I got into content. I think that I like naturally, like having met Joe and like talking with Joe like every day about betting and stuff, it feels like, it's so easy to pick him now.
Yeah.
But obviously it's like, I feel like, personality wise and just stuff like that. Like, I mean, I'm like when mom tells you that we have Bobby Fairways at home,
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm not arguing the pick at all.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, give me Bob at 1. Although I will just say this, as I get into the golf space, one of the things that I think is the most humbling is that, like, when I'm hanging out with a lot of my friends, it's nice to be like the funny guy in the room. And then you start hanging out with these golf creators and you're like, oh man, I'm like the fringe guy in this group right now. This is humbling. But it's great. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you sharp. It keeps you on your game. But yeah, number 1, give me Bobby Fairways riding shotgun.
Now, is this a snake draft or is this?
Ooh.
Do I get 2 here?
Yeah. No, yeah, you deserve it. For going third, let's do a snake here.
Okay. Well, obviously going with cold cuts. He's my number one pick, no matter where
Obviously.
I'm at.
Yeah.
And then I would follow it up with Belosi.
Very fun guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fun guy.
Give me cold cuts and Melosi to start.
Yeah. No, I like it. That's already a good list right there. Second pick. Who am I getting in the back? You know what? This might be a technicality, but I feel like it should fly because even though he's not a golf content creator, he's still in the space. Give me Grill Guy at 2.
That's a good one.
That's
He's
a
fun
great,
guy.
that's
I hope
a
he does some
great
more
one.
golf stuff.
Yeah, you know,
Maybe after
he's
the knee injury, he might pop into golf.
no, I mean, yeah, we're planning to golf this summer. He's going to be out in Vegas for the summer league.
Nice.
And yeah, he's just another person that like I've been watching his stuff for a while. I mean, you know, we had him on the pod. Dude's just freaking hilarious to the point where like every video he puts out, I'm like, I don't know how you think of these.
It doesn't matter what he does. It's funny.
Oh my God. And he completely like gives everything that he has into this character to where like some people would like feel awkward, like I can't like fully get into this character. He does it every time.
He does it every time.
The way that he like the way that he like leaves out words or doesn't finish words and they're just like dude, it's so good.
That Philly fan one that you just did is so funny.
Oh my God, dude, that one and the one about explaining betting to his wife. I felt that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good list so far, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. I guess it's my turn then.
Oh yeah.
You get 2.
I'm gonna take Fat Perez first. We had been following each other for a while, never even DM'd or anything. And then I met him at the Waste Management this week, and he was like, "Oh, dude, love your stuff." And I was like, "Same, like obviously." So, and then Aaron and him, that's a big team so far. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
But we're actually gonna move in another direction, and I'm gonna take Jake Adams because Jake Adams on a road trip will get you into anywhere you want to go. He's the man that'll make the calls. And he just makes his way into everything, and he's great at that. And I love him. We've been friends since pretty much the beginning of group chat golf for me. He's from the Cape. I'm from Rhode Island, and I've known Jake for 5 years now. So good friend, good content. I think he's doing 50 states again in 50 days or something this summer. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Have around. I like Jake.
All right. I hope you don't take who I have in my mind because it's gonna kind of throw me off.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like this might be your guy, but I have to take him. Give me Grant Horvat. Yeah. Sorry, I have my list written down in my phone notes, but
so do I.
But I'm recording this on my phone, and so I'm. And yeah, I think the dynamic with Bob and Grant obviously being boys, but just like he's just like such a nice guy. Like he's just like,
oh yeah, you gotta
like, look over at him
it's
for
like
a smile.
It's like, dude, who hates Grant? But also like we're going cross country. We're gonna be trying to play golf courses. You know, who's got more connections in the golf game right now than Grant Horvat? I mean, you know. So yeah, Grant at 3. I know I'm throwing you for a loop, man, off the cuff.
All right, so I gotta. I'm going off the top now. I'm gonna go. This person was for sure on my list from the beginning. Is Bryson? Give me Bryson.
Yeah, he was on
Give
my.
me Bryson. Give me
Bryson.
He
was gonna make it. I thought he was gonna slip by.
I know, but I would just love to talk about connections. Like Bryson will get us where we need to be, and also watching that swing and that power, man. I would just love watching that all weekend. And then I'm gonna end my list with I'm in between 2 guys here. Give me. Does this person count? Would DJ Khaled count?
He does post a lot of golf content.
He does post golf content.
Khaled count? Yeah. If DJ Khaled counts, that's who I'm rounding it out with.
He would count. I just I don't know if I could make it cross country with
Oh,
DJ
I would
Khaled in
love
the
it. I
car.
would love it. Could you
I don't know.
imagine? Wait,
Do you
hold on.
think he
Could you
plays
imagine?
DJ Khaled songs the whole way?
Oh, for sure.
He'll be like,
Oh,
yo,
for
when I
sure.
was writing this one, I remember being in the studio. I remember being like, yo, we the best. This one's gonna be a certified hit.
I could just picture him and Joe just going at each other. Joe just telling him to stop it the whole time.
like, dude, I mean, Rocky, you gotta tell him to shut the hell up, dude. He's like, I'm over here trying to sleep.
I can't believe you would pick him at 4, Rock. I just can't believe it.
He's like, I mean, what are you thinking? You could have picked anyone in the golf space. You picked freaking DJ Khaled.
I'm already gonna hear about it regardless, because
dude,
you'd get to take the PJ all around at least.
Exactly.
I mean, no road trip for these guys.
I probably wouldn't have to pay for any meals or anything. Like, I'm set.
See, the one thing about this draft is that it would have been borderline impossible to get both Bob and Joe. But I just feel like naturally, like,
if you didn't take him, I was gonna go Bob and Joe.
I mean, yeah, but like, come on. But no, all right, DJ Khaled, respect. I give you that. My fourth pick, I'm really glad that you didn't take this person because I'm locking it in, and I think I got a really, really good car here. Give me Mason Nutt. Busted Jack.
Busted Jack.
Yeah. We played with him last week.
He's awesome.
Dude, he is awesome, and he's so funny. And like, even in just like the couple hours that we got to play, I was like, no, this guy's gonna be a homie. Like, just like, I mean, talking about like everything from like betting to like football. He's a Cowboys fan too, so he knows the struggle that I've endured.
Fortnite guy.
Yeah, big Fort guy. And yeah, so I mean, him and Grant are boys, and obviously they're boys with Bob. I mean, dude, our car is stacked. Yeah, I like that. I like my roster there. I think we're gonna make a deep playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to. Sorry to interrupt, but we're gonna have to put these up and like have people vote on whose car is the best.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna take Eric Lottery for my last pick here.
Don't you have two, Sonny? Or no, you have one. You do.
Yeah, I think this is the last pick of the draft. Yeah, which I hate to do for him, but I didn't have my list up, and I think I still came out with a pretty solid team. I love my team, but you notice that I'm more of a Instagram guy, and you guys have more of the YouTube ties.
Yes,
yeah.
I think that really came out in the draft.
Yeah.
Well, Eric Lottery was who I was gonna pick if you guys shot down.
I was hoping you didn't, because then I was gonna have to scroll through Instagram, I think, or something to find my last person.
One of my favorite rounds was with him.
But I love hanging out with him. He's hilarious. He's always got something funny to say. He says the funniest shit.
He's the best.
He's like I feel like that's just like the wittiness of him, like being a lyricist, is that you can say something and it's just like it's quick, like it's off the cuff, like he just. And a lot of times I think you can like see his videos and you hear him say this stuff, but then you hang out with him in person and you're like, oh no, you just like naturally just like say this stuff and it's hilarious. Like, I always respect people that can like do that in the moment and don't have to like sit there and think about it.
Yeah,
he's a good one to have around.
He's fun, man.
It was so funny. The skit that we did, I pitched the idea to him the night before when we were at grass clippings all playing. And even like still, like, you know, we're friends, and I still was like so like nervous to like ask him, because I'm like, you know, when people aren't like really in the skit world or whatever, it feels kind of like weird asking them like, hey, you want to film this skit video? And it was like so funny because I felt like I was acting out one of my skits, because I was like, yo, dude, I was like, I got this video idea that I want to run by you. And then I basically like I pitched it to him, and he was like, oh, cool, like for sure. He's like, oh, were you wanted to get that like now? And I was like, I mean, like, we don't have to. We like maybe another time, or like whenever too. It's like whatever works for your schedule. And then like in my head, I'm just like, God, dude, this is like literally one of my videos right here. But I was like, no, for sure. Like, just forget that I mentioned it, honestly. And then I was just like, ah, you idiot.
Well, it's always tough too, especially when you're talking to people who are like bigger than you. You don't want to seem like you're asking for a favor, you know,
Yeah.
but really you're just doing it because you want to do a video together, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that you never know, you know, especially
So
when like you feel like when you spend so much time with these people, you don't know like how you're just kind of always in the same room. So are you like, are they down for like content or are
Yeah.
they just like in the same room as me, you know?
yeah.
Dude, so I'm going to this thing in Florida in a few weeks for Callaway, and I have a really, really, really funny skit idea with Roger Steele, and I'm like, dude, I hope that he goes for it.
Oh, he will.
I hope
Yeah,
that he goes for it because I think it could be really, really funny. I mean, I'll give y'all and the listeners like a quick snippet because if you are still listening after 40 minutes, you deserve to have a little snippet.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like, it's essentially a skit about like Roger being like my swagger coach and like teaching me like how to be cool. I'm like, dude, you're like the coolest guy on the internet. Like, can you like
That
teach me
would
how
be
to be cool?
hilarious.
And it's like basically just like all these things of like me just trying to like be like him. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I think I got it. And then it's like I'm basically like copying like everything he does, and then it's like, and then it cuts to like a shot of like him hitting like a really nice golf shot or something like that, and then I'm like, yeah, I don't
Can't
think
do that.
I don't think I can't do that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
That's
that
that's
hits
really
home
good.
for me
Mhm.
because when we were playing at grass clippings on one of maybe like the third or fourth hole, he's like, "Man, I got some respect for you, Sonny, after seeing you play." And I was like, "Oh, that feels real good getting it from him." And then at one point he said something similar, and I said to him, "I'm smiling on the outside, but I'm smiling even bigger on the inside because
I
like
remember
there's
that. That was
nothing
weak.
you like more than like Roger Steele being impressed or like having a little more respect for you." And I was like, I gotta play well. I gotta play well with this guy.
Yeah,
I didn't
But
know
yeah,
he
that
was
felt real
that
good.
good. I didn't know he
He's
was that good of a golfer, man.
he's good.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
I
yeah,
think he's a plus. I'm gonna have to check his handicap in the gym, but
Has he always been a
yeah,
golfer, or is that just something
yeah,
that
I
he?
think he's been golfing for a long time. He said with his father. So it was funny. We were
Okay.
actually listening to it. We had Roger on our podcast in 2020. So
Wow.
right when he first started making content, and I was like, this guy is the king of telling stories. He just used to sit there with a glass of whiskey and talk, and I'd be like, I got to listen to every word this guy says. And you still
Yeah.
feel that way when he talks. He's captivating.
yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think he grew up. His dad was a cop, and his dad showed him how to. He was teaching him how to play golf, so he just like stayed away from the bad crowds growing up. So
That's
he's from
awesome.
Chicago. Yeah,
yeah. When we
great guy. He's doing great. It's fun watching his come up. Um, the last year for him has been crazy.
Yeah.
And he takes his family everywhere he goes, man. His
I
yeah,
wife
love
and
that.
or his girl and his baby are everywhere with him.
That's amazing to me. I didn't know that. That
yeah,
makes me love that guy even more.
Yep.
that's the
I would
Right
love
at
to
dream.
be able to
right
do
at the
that.
waste
Yeah.
management, carrying the stroller up the stairs to the timeless party. Like it's
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, he just
I don't know why no one
hearing
just picked him.
I know, well, hearing that I probably would have. That's the type of stuff that I love, bro. I love like
Yeah.
family stuff
See, I didn't
too.
have my list open.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Roger was one of the people I wrote a list down. I had a bunch of people, and so I had a lot on there. I had Roger on there. My my thing with them is that like they're so cool
Mhm.
that like when I'm
You,
surrounded
you
by
got to be on
like
your game at all times.
yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's why like at grass clippings, dude, like I wanted to like throw up because I'm playing like some of my worst golf and I'm like, dude, get it together, man.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
but like yeah, like even like I don't know, like I don't know what it is. It's just like I mean, those are like the cool guys in the space.
They are.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
feel
you
honored
know,
to be around them.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like obviously like I consider them friends, but it's still like, yeah, you got to be on your game. Whereas like, you know, I had Bob, I had Grant. I'm like, you know, business decision. Like, you know, if I throw Roger in here, is like the team chemistry going to be the same as if I throw Mason in here? You
Mhm.
know?
Yep.
See, like I
Yeah, it
would
was
be
like
more nervous to golf in front of Grant.
No, no,
I'd be
because
he's just
terrified.
better than everybody.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be nervous because Grant has played with Bob, and I've seen that, and I feel like me and Bob are similar skill levels, and so I don't feel like there's anything that I could do in front of Grant that Bob probably hasn't done. But also, like, I think Grant's the type of guy that, like, if you play with him and you like top one and it goes like 2 feet, and it's like, okay, but like, you got your like hips more into it in that one. So like definitely a little bit better.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
just feel like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was going through it when we were playing Busted Jack, man. I was in my head big time.
Dude.
I was
Yeah,
I
man,
was playing awful.
Dude, no, Sonny. He was like, dude, he's like, I'm playing so bad right now. And then I like added up the score after 9 holes, and he shot a 41, and I shot a 39, and was like so pumped. I was like, dude, let's go.
But Sonny, let me explain something to you. You know how you said in the beginning of the podcast that like you got like 100 hour, or you played a bunch of golf in a row, like 100, whatever you said, 100 holes in a week.
Yeah.
I do that every week. So like
Wow.
I am putting more pressure on myself to get better because of how much I'm playing. You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah.
I'm getting better. And like the day before we went and played with Busted Jack, I balled out. And then I go and I put it in my mind that I want to play good in front of these guys. And then you know how the golf gods work. It
Oh, yeah, of course.
just rip me down.
Yeah.
Just rip me down quick.
Yeah, everything matters a little bit more when you get up there. I know that feeling on the first tee when you're trying to impress some guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just wanted it to be like, hey, this guy isn't bad. Like he's a decent golfer, right? And then a couple OB here and there, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
But honestly, like as a one handicap, I think anybody who breaks 90, I would consider, like, if somebody asked me how they are, I'd say they're pretty good. Like if you're shooting bogey golf, I think you're pretty good. You know.
Yeah.
You're respectable. Like people, you're
I
not
shot a 73 yesterday. But then
What's
like
your
I could go.
handicap?
So it's hard because I play the same course almost every day because they let me just do whatever I want there. So like my handicap right now is like a 5, but like I think I'm a legit 7, 8, maybe even a 9. You know, like I could shoot anywhere from 78 to 82 on like a random course that I just randomly go to.
Yeah.
Like, take me to Chimera.
I would say that's a 5. I would say that's 5 because if you're shooting 70, that's tough to do as a 7 or 8. But it's definitely it's tough when you play the same course all the time because then your home course versus your traveling, they can
it's a big difference.
It can be a big difference.
Oh yeah, if we were playing Chimera, which is his home course, I mean, Rock would probably have to give me 5, 6 strokes, whereas like at Weekapala last week, I feel like me and him probably could have played straight up.
Right.
And
he had me after the front 9, and he let me know too.
I mean, it was like, here's the thing is because I'm like that's why I want to do a 1v1 with him, because I'm not competitive when I play golf at all, because I play way better when I'm not trying to be competitive. But I feel like playing a 1v1, I feel like playing a 1v1 against him, I would just like, even if I was like playing bad and he was beating me by 20 strokes, I'd be like, hey, you better not leave the door open. You better make that putt. Like, dang, you should have kept that Mez Max dog. That DF3 just not working.
You know what Melosi did to me that crumbled me, Nick?
He was nice.
He was so nice to me the entire round. Like, never said anything to get my competitive juices going. Like, just was trying to coach me and be nice, and it was just crumbling me. It was crumbling me, man.
Patronizing you, thinking that you're like a 15 handicap.
Yeah, just like, hey, no, and it was like after like the 3rd or 4th time we played together, so he kind of knew how I was.
Yeah.
And like, if you start like ruffling me up, I kind of tend to play a little bit better because I'm just a competitive guy. So he was going the opposite, just like, hey man, even though you pushed that out right, like that was a great swing.
Yeah, right
club.
Really
right club. It's pin high. Don't worry. Like just like killing me with kindness. I'm like, Melosi, just shut up, please.
Yeah, that works.
and then you slam dunked one in the hole.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
You guys making things happen. Nick chipped one in for eagle at Gold Canyon.
Did you, bro?
Dude, so
he almost didn't find his ball. It was under the rake.
Yeah, so
crazy.
I hit it, and like I heard it like come down and thump, and so I knew it wasn't in like the desert area, and so I'm tripping, and we're all over there looking for it, and I was getting ready to like drop a ball, And Sonny's like, oh, dude, it's right here underneath like the bunker rake. And it was like the most ridiculous lie ever. Like, even as I was standing over this, I was like, dude, it was like, because it was sloping down into the bunker. And
Oh
I'm
no.
like, the ball's below my feet. And I'm like standing there and I'm like, I feel so uncomfortable over this right now. I was like, I'm for sure going to like blade this like 50 yards over the green. And I hit it and it was like perfect contact. And as soon as it landed on the green,
It was in.
I think that's going in the hole.
I think I did. I had no doubt as soon as it hit the green. I was like,
How far out were you? Was it a greenside bunker?
Yeah, it was like 20 yards, 25 yards probably.
That's amazing, man.
And dude, it went in, and I think it was like silent for like the first 2-3 seconds because we were all just kind of like,
shock.
Did that go in? And then like I thought it was a par 4, and he was like, dog, that's an eagle. This is a par 5. And I was like, holy crap, dude. So yeah,
awesome.
that was my my fourth eagle
ball to an eagle. Hell yeah.
ever.
See, I love
and
that you can count that. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, eagles are different.
Yeah.
Like birdies at this point I've lost count of. But eagles are still like at the point where I haven't had too many of them, because I also like don't, until now, these clubs that just came in, I don't really carry like a 3-wood with me. And so most of the time, like unless it's a short par 5, which I have a couple on my home course, but like I'm probably just trying to play it safe and be smart. So
yeah. Sonny, how many hole-in-ones you got?
One. I got one hole-in-one. It was 180 yards. I punched a 5-iron. It rolled right up to perfect. I hit it perfectly. So I actually knew that. I actually said to my buddy before we hit it, it was the course I grew up playing, working at 15th hole Cranston Country Club, and I asked my buddy if he would record it for me. I was like, I really feel like I want to get a hole-in-one here. Can you record this? He recorded it and he stopped the video before it went in the hole. So I have the swing and the ball like taking off, and I don't have it going in the hole. And then we like recorded driving up and stuff. But it was a perfect shot. Yeah. You know when you hit a ball and you feel like the heel of the club hits the ground first and the club like pops back up into you and it just gets like like, I don't know how to, I never do that. I like to dig the toe. But when I do that, I always hit it perfect. And that's exactly what I did. Like, this little 1-yard draw punch. It was the best shot I've ever hit, and it should have. I'm glad it went in, because it wasn't like I didn't miss it at all. I hit it absolutely perfect, and
it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen a couple, I remember, but that was my only one. But I think about it every time I get on a par 3.
Same here now. Yeah, that's the same thing. I have that. I just want to feel that feeling again.
I play golf to have a chance at a hole-in-one and to make putts. I love. There's nothing better than making putts out there. And having a chance at a hole-in-one.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Would you say putting? So when I do,
I was about to ask, is your putting the best part of your game?
Worst part of my game. That's probably why I do it, to make putts. Yeah, my ball striking is really good. My short game is really bad. Not bad, but like it doesn't match my driver and irons.
Yeah, you want to know what I noticed the most about playing with the Busted Jack guys, Nick, was like their ball striking. They never miss the ball. Like they might miss the green a little, 10 yards left or right, and that's like their miss, but like they never have a top or a duff or any of that stuff that I do. And that's what's holding me back from being a good golfer.
Yeah. I feel like I don't like want to get to like a mid single handicap, because then I'll start having those expectations. I feel like I like, now granted, I would like to be like a single digit, like if I could be around like an 8 or 9, but yeah, like I just think that like bad golf is good for business. And so as long as I'm hitting these shots, now granted, this year I do want a hole-in-one bad, because like, I mean, even like thinking about like someone like Joe, who like hole-in-one holes out from 150 out, like it's just wild. I'm like, dude, I was like, I don't be hitting shots like this. Like, this is crazy. But who knows?
What? No. Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
What is he talking about?
If you didn't have that loopy top of your, like, I could fix you so quick, man.
He's a good golfer.
I could fix you in 45 minutes. You'd be out there. Like, you just have this one move at the top of your swing where you just throw your club right off of the plane. It's But
So
if you
yeah,
just kept it
It's like
inside there,
it's like I
he
come
was
over the top. Yeah.
yeah.
he
Like
was
you're in a
on
good
pace to
position,
shoot a
then you throw your hand,
78.
cast your hands. Yeah, that's what if you were ever like a 7 or an 8 handicap, the good thing about you is you have that potential to go out there and shoot a 70 or a 71. Like I
Yeah,
feel like you have that now. Like if
he
maybe not
does.
right now, but you do have like a 75 in you on a day, you know?
What, dude? I mean, look at Gold Canyon. So I shot at 85, but I had 2 triples and 3 doubles.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the
Like,
whole thing right there, you know? So
Yeah. I
you're
mean,
almost even par on the other 13 holes.
he's
and
a lot
and
better than he gives himself credit for.
and what made me so mad, like the only point that I got like really mad during that round was on the 18th hole, and it was because it was like 285 yards to the green,
Mhm.
and I hit a good drive, and it landed in that greenside bunker, and I was just like,
Yeah, that was a tough one right in the front of it too, because I thought
I,
my ball was yours. I was looking for mine in the woods. I thought, but yeah, that was that's a tough break in the front of that bunker there, right in
yeah,
front of the green.
I was like, I should have just freaking laid up, dude. Just if it wasn't 18, I would have too. But
Definitely.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if you
We
see 300-yard par four though,
you
you
got to
gotta
go
risk
for
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
know.
should definitely do something out in Vegas where like we do like 2 or 3 days and we kind of like keep track of our scores throughout the 3 days. We'll do like
Mhm.
Chimera one day, Cascada. That'd be a blast.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I think that we should like like sometimes you'll see videos of these people who will I know Grant and a bunch of guys like good and them have done it where like they go spend money to like buy clubs and they play around doing that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I was like, I kind of want to do something like that, but like you have to make the money like doing something like
On the
that
strip in Vegas.
or like something that you're good at like outside of golf. Like for
Mhm.
instance, like I picture like myself like one of those like subway performers where I got like a tip jar and I'm just like rapping for money for like 3 hours, just like
I'm
trying to
going
see
right
how
to the
much money I
sports
can make.
book.
Yeah.
I'm going right
Yeah.
to the sports book.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
you can make that in like an hour. I'm here putting the hours in.
Yeah, it's a good
I mean,
idea. I like that.
You're gonna
I'm
have to
not
break dance or
talented.
something.
I can't dance.
I don't know,
Mm.
whatever. Maybe I would do like art. I would probably do art. I can't do art. I just think it would be funny if I sat there like doing pictures of people and then I gave them like stick figures.
You want a caricature? I got you.
Or maybe I'd write poems or something. You know, the people that have like the typewriters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
fun.
I'm gonna start an Etsy shop. Dude, yeah, it's like you sell all your old golf stuff, and then
I do
take
want to
that
play
one.
some rounds with like persimmon stuff and old school stuff. I think that would be really cool. I know people do that already, but I just want to do it for my own, like,
Yeah.
just playing with those old ass clubs and wooden drivers and
Yeah, we tried to do that. We couldn't find any of the clubs.
there's
They're so
actually a
hard to
place
find.
that there's actually a place that like rents them out called Retro Golf Club. You can
Oh, really?
actually, yeah, it's an Instagram account too. You can actually rent them out for a whole tournament. So they'll bring like 100 bags. So you can have like
Wow.
everybody do it. Because it'd be pretty cool to do that and then have everybody dress up old school.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
we have
Yeah,
to make that
be a
happen.
challenge there.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that. Both of y'all are gonna have to get that passed by your partners, brand partners.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll get there
Yeah,
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
it'll be alright. I'll throw a
See,
Sunday swagger, something
see,
underneath it.
see. Look at me, free agent. Just
Yes, you are.
who knows though? Who knows? I mean,
It happens
That'd be
quick.
never
that would
There you
be
know.
go.
cool.
Yeah.
No, jumped. Cool. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it there. Sonny, appreciate you coming on, dude.
Thank you, boys, for having me.
Thank you,
First
bro.
of many times. I'm sure we'll be on here. I'm sure we'll be on here recapping everything with Pinehurst in the
Yep.
not too distant future, which should be fun. Hopefully the golf game can stay somewhat decent through
Where
that
you
trip.
play.
We'll see. Yeah, well it's snowing outside in Jersey
I
right
know,
now,
dude. It's
so
tough. I
yeah.
know.
That's tough,
It's
man.
I hate it, dude. Hey, don't worry, I'll be down in Florida soon.
Hmm.
Mhm. You guys gotta get out to Vegas soon too.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
Dude,
have
set
some
it
I
fun
up.
out
know.
there.
I'm in.
We'll
Yep.
make it happen. All right, Sonny. I
All
appreciate you,
right,
man.
boys. Of course.
Thanks, Sonny. You're the
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Later.
See ya.
Episode 4 is in the books. Look at us with the double screen with the
With the quick
quickness.
one, with the
Love
quickness.
it. Love it.
Mhm.
We got a bunch of we have a bunch of guests that are gonna be coming on in the next few weeks.
Yes, sir.
We have I guess it's not a secret, whatever we can tell people. We have Jonathan Stewart coming on soon.
Super excited about that.
Former NFL running back, Panthers all-time leading rusher. He was actually the first like big name to follow Bev Boys, and I remember that because I remember like freaking out because you know what I'm saying, like some of you
Yeah,
grew up
for sure.
watching. It's just
Yeah,
like
no,
super
for
dope.
sure. It's
And
gonna be crazy for me to talk, like have a conversation with him. That's I'm super excited for that. I got a
he's
bunch
so
of stuff I
cool.
want to ask.
And he like uh when I played with him a lot, he made two of the most outrageous putts that I've ever seen in my life, like on TV or in person. The first one was like had to have been 65 feet off the green, onto the green, like perfect speed, perfect line, drop
Dropped it.
center cup. And then the second one, he was off the green in like the rough, like not like fringe or anything like that. And he had his putter in his hand. And I remember being like,
Yeah.
I told him when I walked around, I said, putter's a bold play right there.
Yeah.
And he hits it. And I remember like walking around and seeing it as it was tracking. And I remember in my head thinking like, oh, if it hits this break right here and like starts
It's gonna
breaking the
go.
way I think it is, it's gonna go in. And
Mhm.
sure enough, it did exactly that. And like before, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
awesome.
and he was doing a match with Lot, and that was the one that he won on. And I was just like, this guy's a freaking baller, man. It doesn't matter
He's an
what the sport
athlete.
is.
He's an
Yeah.
athlete.
He's a really cool dude, and I'm excited to have him on. He does like producing and stuff too, so I'm really trying to get down to Charlotte and get in the studio with him, which I think would be really fire. But
That's
so
awesome, man.
with him coming up, we got Melosi coming on soon. We're gonna get him locked
DOD
down.
King, DOD
Do
King.
DOD King's coming on soon.
Yep.
Yeah, we get a bunch of people in the space that I'm gonna start texting and just being like, "What are you doing,
Yeah.
man? Come on for 20 minutes." I'm gonna hit up Mason too. I'm like, dude, come
That'd
on the
be dope.
pod.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Good guy. Love
and
Mason.
I'm gonna have him come on and just like talk about how he thought you were gonna be so much better at golf than you were.
Yeah. Just don't do that to me.
Oh, I would
Don't.
never. I would never.
That would crush me. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. You're
You're like,
right.
all right, this is gonna be the last episode of the
Yeah.
podcast, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh man.
but I'm excited. We're meeting a lot of dope people in this space, and it's been a fun ride. I feel like we need to get Joe back on here, do a little quick
Yes.
waste management recap, and plan our
Calm down.
strategy for how we're gonna get our money back at the next casino visit. So
Yeah, because we got banged.
yeah, we did, and
Mhm.
so the only way is to get what's ours, get it
Yeah,
back.
you can never back down. You just got to keep fighting.
Back against the wall. It's when you find out what type of
Mhm.
fighter you are. But hey,
Yes, sir.
we appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of the Barely Made podcast. We will see you guys next week with our next episode. Until then, be easy. Peace.
Be easy.